Welcome everybody. This is the stream of Matt Scott's Showvember. Matt Scott finally gave us some information about what is going on until the end of the year. So a little roadmap to the end of the year, probably. I haven't read it yet, but that's what I'm going to do with you guys. So we will actually read the Showvember message that Matt Scott prepared for us. Also, I'm just going to put it here, on Tuesday, November 21st at 7 p.m. UTC and 11 a.m. PST. So basically at 7 p.m. GMT. He is going to stream on Twitch TV / Little Orbit. I will put it in down side in the stuff. Okay, that's that. Just to actually be around, Matt Scott, our CEO of Little Orbit, hasn't been around for a while. Like, we haven't been able to talk to him for a while. I don't really have a lot of problems with that. But a lot of people from the community actually are wondering where he's actually been, and now we have actually an answer. Some people actually are talking about too little too late, and I can understand why people are like that. Others have some questions. I will go over those things after the message that I have read, and we will see how further that goes, what he's going to say and what he's going to talk about. So let's go just first into the news or message end of the year update. So progress update message from Matt Scott. This is a message from Matt Scott personally, so keep in mind I'm not Matt Scott. The person who wrote it is Matt Scott. Welcome to our Showvember. It's hard to say Showvember, but okay. Newsletter. There's a lot to dig into, but I want to start by clearing the air on a couple things before we jump in. Where has Matt been? That's a big question for the community and a question for us. I'm still here, he's still there, but it's been an admittedly rough year for him. Both on a personal and professional level. The year started off great with the 64-bit launch. With the 64-bit launch, just going to actually add this. I don't really have any problems with my engine. I don't really have any problems with my stuff. And that's just how it is. Like, it's very pleasable. I'm enjoying my 64-bit update. Maybe other people don't enjoy it. That's not what I actually experience, but I'm enjoying it so far. It's a small update. Let's just put it a bit bigger, because me and reading is not really that great. So the year started off great with the 64-bit launch, but then I had to close business partner pass away suddenly. But then I had a close business partner pass away suddenly, followed by a publishing partner who failed to pay us for a year's worth of work, followed by a string of projects that have all been put on hold as those companies weather their own financial storms. So basically everything failed. In my opinion, Little Orbit is an odd little company where a publisher that also develops titles both for ourselves and for other publishers. We suffered a pretty big setback in 2020 on a game that never shipped, and I feel like we've been playing catch up ever since. But we don't have large stacks of cash in the bank to fall back on. We don't have private investors funding our titles. We just have we just have to dig in and balance putting resources on internal projects while we finish external titles to pay the bills. Now, with inflation, economic turbulence, and 2 wars internationally, the current business climate has been a CEO's worst nightmare. It's a storm out there. I can understand that people have issues with their money and their capacity and their look for work and stuff. Money needs to flow in, otherwise the company is never going to actually stay. Like, everybody knows that, and for them it's just the same thing. I've mentioned this before, but it's easy to fall into a trap of just wait a bit longer to give an update. I meet with the staff on each project every day to check in and organize priorities. I also work on many of our titles myself to help. There's always a desire to provide good news. There's always hope that some bit of tangible progress is right around the corner. So I ended up telling myself that tomorrow will be the perfect time to write something up for the community. But it's a storm. The rain keeps coming. Yeah, I can see that outside too, but okay. Real life happens, and you just keep slogging it out. With that said, I want to apologize for the radio silence. I'll do better. For now, the clouds have parted and there's a little sunshine on the other side. Okay, great. Over the coming weeks, we're going to schedule live Q&As on Twitch for not just APB Reloaded, but for each of Little Bit's titles. No roadmaps, no promises, just me and a couple of staff members giving a raw walkthrough of where we are actually at, show and tell. So basically we are going to see a stream with maybe Secrets and Matt Scott, I think. I hope. Well, Secrets is going to be able to actually say a lot more than actually Matt Scott, I think, at this point. Are we going to get our promise of the best game of the year awards, APB Reloaded? I doubt it. But we will see how far we can actually get the game going, or they will see how far they get the game going, I think. We just need to wait it out. Matchmaking progress update. So, in our opinion, we can upgrade graphics, add content, and try to address lots of other issues in APB Reloaded. But none of that matters if players get terrible matches. Understandable. The problem. Unfortunately, matchmaking was designed back in 2009 using a dated methodology limited to pairing similar threads players on their current district server. The system contains complex, buggy rules that were implemented in the rush to launch the game. And while there have been some attempts to make minor tweaks, the core design remains flawed. Okay. We feel it's important to understand that rewriting matchmaking is a colossal effort littered with pitfalls and issues similar to the 64-bit upgrade, which is why none of the previous owners of the game have attempted it. I doubt they're going to attempt it because the game was actually running how they wanted to actually run it. Like, we had enough people to actually maintain the game at that point. So they didn't really need to have that issue. Like, there was not really constantly a talk of that issue. The issue actually came when the game was actually failing. Like, when we were actually getting to less people in the game. And then you actually see those errors. Then again, the game needed to actually have a lot more attention and a lot more rework on it, and we understand that, but we think that this could be prevented if the company that we had did actually something to the game to update it, and we didn't actually see that. Okay, then now we are at the solution, I think. The solution, at the beginning of the year, we started work on a brand new solution that would bring cross-district matchmaking into APB Reloaded. Rather than attempting everything everywhere at all at once, we decided to split matchmaking rewrite into the 2 steps so that we could deliver something sooner to players to show progress. Step 1 is moved all the matchmaking logic from the district server to the vault server. It's a ground-up rewrite with improvement throughout, but in the phase, we still have threat-based districts, and players will still only get matches with other players on the same district server. So the question is, in this matching, are we going to actually keep the threats? Because you are actually talking about the threats. Are the threats being kept? Or are we going to new sort of threats in the near future? That's a question that I'm having with actually the first step. But that's something we will need to actually ask Matt Scott and the dev at that point. Most likely, I think they are going to actually get rid of it. Or make it invisible, at least. Most likely, there will be no visible threat. For me, it's more important to actually know a certain person, their level or their mechanical planes, more than actually knowing that the person is actually not killing anything, actually moving like a bot. Like, there are certain aspects in there that are still questionable for me. But I think with testing it on the test servers, I see good progress. Let's just say it like that. Okay, let's go to step 2. No visible threats. Yes, okay. Step 2, leverages the logic at the vault server to allow for cross-district matchmaking with the ability to aggregate players across any district server to move them all onto a single district server for their match. In this phase, players can join any district and threat is removed. All of that is used behind the scenes during matchmaking. It also means friends can play with friends anywhere they want, even social, while they queue for matches. If this is possible, if you can actually start a match while you are in social with your group, that would actually be bonkers. And to be honest, this update that they are trying to do on the step 2 needs a professional pact. Like, I don't really see it happening with what we have right now. But if this is possible in the game and with what we have, that would be actually bonkers. Okay, then step 1 for the announcement. We are excited to announce that we have completed step 1 and that we have already started testing with both the public and our Discord beta testers group on OTW. So I don't think I'm actually in the Discord beta tester groups. I'm not there yet. But I have been able to test it on 3 occasions already. It works. Yeah, I'm not in it, so I'm not a tester. But what I've seen, it works, and we will see what actually it's going to bring to the main servers. Question is, what actually made the servers fail the last time? But how I saw it and what I saw from it, the matchmaking kind of works. So I'm not going to go into that. I have no idea when they are going to upload it, or if they are going to upload it. With the stream that they are going to do, probably they have actually finished everything, but we will see. As part of the initial step, we significantly rewrote the matchmaking logic, so players should experience an important improvement in overall match quality, even in the same district. We will be announcing more scheduled playtests leading up to the release of the matchmaking. Please join the official Little Orbit Discord channel if you are interested in participating in any playtest, as we frequently will have them open to the public. So then you can actually join the Discord, discord.gg/littleorbit. So yeah, if you want to test it out. Then events. There are some events going on. Halloween event 2023. We have a winner for the first annual APB Halloween screenshot contest winner. Why is there 2 times winner? Thanks you for everyone who participated. We will see that probably on the stream, I think. Like, I have no idea. Okay. Black Friday sale, November 22 till... November 22 at 11 a.m. UTC, 3 a.m. PST. I have no idea how long it is or until when it is. There is no end date. Okay, 45% discount on the Key of the World pack, Joker ticket sale, and we'll be dropping a brand new store item. We're getting a new store item in Armos, I guess. Also, Matt goes live on Twitch. That's Matt Scott, the CEO, on Tuesday, November 21st at 7 p.m. UTC, 11 a.m. PST. Okay, we will see that. So if you want to join it, just go to twitch.tv/littleorbit. That's the message that they had, and that's it. With that, there are people who actually put some stuff in the forums, so we're just going to go over that. We have Too Little Too Late, somebody who doesn't really like it anymore. Salinov. Then we have Elex, who actually put a countdown on there. So if you want to actually check the countdown, there is one on the forums. Thank you, Elex. We very much appreciate it. Then Proxy is also saying Too Little Too Late. Can't wait for the 2024 roadmap of dreams. I don't really think, or it's not actually announced towards the roadmap anymore, because he says no roadmap anymore. But we will see, like, you never know. It's always interesting to actually see a thought of Little Orbit to actually announce such things. Maybe stupid question on the Cross district. Does this mean within the worlds such as NA, or are we talking a quasi-merge of NA and EU, to where a match could include players from NA or EU in the same mission? And if so, what would the latency be, and what is being done to limit it? I think it is right now still NA and EU separate. If NA and EU merge, then we are going to actually talk about that. But I thought that was for a later date. Still gonna have two servers, right? If threat is not displayed, then what parameters is using in the match? Players of similar threat/skill. The question is, are there actually MMs? Is there actually an MMR? Do we know the number of that MMR that we have? That's a better question, I feel like, but it's similar. It's good. What does this mean with the achievements of getting gold? Will there be more segregations of threat at that point? that I have no idea how that goes. Like that's probably for a later date to actually judge. On the cynical side, does this mean instead of fighting golds as a bronzy, that they will be shadow golds? Question mark. That's a good question. They won't show my thread unless you inspect them. For example, like those questions are actually very good. I'm impressed. Okay, then we have another person. Yes, the exciting times at Allo. A post was wondering when we'd get one. Okay, some people are positive, some people are negative. We will see about those things. What is another one? Matchmaking only matters when you have players. Understandable. These legitimately good questions for me to answer on the stream. To be honest, those questions are actually top notch. I'm not gonna lie. You are 100% correct. But if we release content with terrible matchmaking, players won't come back either. So releasing matchmaking plus new content is our goal. So there you have it. The new content is the goal right now for these things. And then we have walls of text. I'm not going to go into those walls of text. If you want to actually read it, you will see it below. So yeah. I'm gonna put this also on YouTube. So, like you guys know, it will be on there too. There we go.
Everybody, in the community, we're certainly growing. We're getting thousands of new players a day right now. Please be kind to these players. A lot of them have no idea what they're doing. They're going through that god awful.
We got thousands of new players. We're growing, guys. We're growing. Or was that actually 5 years ago? I don't know. We will see.